Jake Bates. Throwing right side, and it's going to be intercepted. Return past the 15, past the 20, out past the 30. Has space down the sideline. 40, 35, 30. And he is gone. A pick six for Houston. Snap good, hold good, kick up. And it is straight down the middle. Looking to throw, rolls out right. Throws end zone. Touchdown San Antonio. Cody Latimer alone in the end zone. They take a 1-point lead with 3 seconds left. 52-yarder, left hash for the win. Snap good, hold good, kick up, and it's drilled. Miami escapes week 1 with the win. Jason Sanders is looking to throw. Pass right side, wide open. Touchdown Drake London. Touchdown Drake London. Atlanta has tied this game and are an extra point away from taking the lead. Needing the 12-yard line. Handoff, Robinson left side. And going to be stuffed. A loss of 4, maybe 5 on the play. And with 50 seconds to go, the Chiefs have the ball. And most likely that does it. Ball on the 17.5-yard line. Looking to throw. Stepping up, throwing for the end zone. And caught. Touchdown Green Bay. Dontavian Wicks. 56 seconds to play. The Packers are within 3. 6:17 to play in overtime. Tua shotgun, back to his left. 3 receivers to the right, bunched up. Tua to throw. Pass time. Plenty of time. Pass. End zone, left side. Jonnu Smith. Touchdown Miami. They're gonna win. Let's go, baby. Here, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the left. Gonna send Smith in motion. Toss left side for Saquon Barkley. Good blocking and room to run. Pass midfield, spinning his way. Pass to 35 to 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, and the Eagles respond instantly. Saquon Barkley. Oh my, making his presence felt. 1 play, 60 yards, 3rd and 9 from the 35. Mahomes looking to throw. Quick pass left side, caught by Piron. Has room to run. First down and more. Down to about the 17. And he stays in bounds. That will do it. The Kansas City Chiefs have escaped the Bills and have punched their ticket. Hello, everybody, and welcome on into the second of 3 games I'll be live with today. It's the Bills, it's the Steelers. Should be a pretty interesting one. The Bills had a tough loss to the Texans just a week ago, in large part due to the Texans front 7. The Bills are going to be without Deion Dawkins in this game, so we'll see if TJ Watt is in for a nice one. The Steelers looking to kind of reclaim the division a little bit. I believe if they get the win today, they'll be able to re-jump Baltimore in that division. But they're coming off of a pretty tough loss to Chicago. So we'll see how this one goes. Yeah, Deion Dawkins is out. Spencer Brown is out for Buffalo. Dalton Kincaid's out. Joshua Palmer's out. Curtis Samuel is still on IR. The Bills have quite a few injuries to be dealing with today. We'll see if they're able to withstand it and get a nice win against the Steelers. Time will tell. The Bills will get the ball first in this one, so we get to see this Josh Allen-led offense first. And we get to kind of just get a feel for their offense early on in this one, as I don't really have any expectations for how the Bills are going to play in this game. But we shall see as kickoff from Pittsburgh is underway. Going to be returned beginning from the 2. Room out past the 15, 20, and down to the 22. So the Bills will begin from there. Yeah, Josh Allen typically plays well against the Steelers, but again, you have 2 backup tackles in this game. It's going to make things very interesting. So we will see. Allen under center, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the right. First play of the game from their own 23-yard line. Going to hand this off up the middle for James Cook, who has room bouncing out right side. Past the 35, past the 40, and out of bounds at about the 42. That's a great way to start this game for Buffalo. That is a great way for this game to start. Oh, Seattle's wearing their throwbacks today? All right. Allen in shotgun, back to his right. 2 receiving options to each side. Ball now on their own 42. Quick pass left side, going to be incomplete. Trying to screen to clear Shakir, and that got blown up instantly. So a 2nd and 10 coming up. Allen under center, back and fullback behind him. Handoff up the middle for James Cook is going to get about 2, maybe 3. They're going to rule it a gain of 3, so a 3rd and 7 coming up. As we enter December, the Bears are the 1 seed in the NFC. That's crazy. Allen in shotgun, back to his left, the tight end to his right in the backfield. 3rd and 7 from their own 44. Going to motion the tight end towards the line of scrimmage. Allen looking to throw. Has some time. Pass right side, going to be caught inside the 45 to the 42. That is Brandon Cooks on the reception. Recently signed after parting way with the Saints, and he's already making a nice play for Buffalo's offense. All right, so Allen under center, back behind him, 2 receiving options to each side. Ball on the plus 43. Gonna toss this right side for James Cook, who's going to get a yard, just about. And so a 2nd and 9 coming up. So 2nd and 9. Allen under center, back behind him, 3 receiving options to the left. There's movement before the snap, going to be a false start against Buffalo. So a 2nd and 14 coming up. It's that backup right tackle moving well before the snap. So 2nd and 14. Allen in shotgun, a back behind him and a fullback to his right. Going to look to throw. Has some time. Pass left side, caught by James Cook. Trying to get some space. He gets about those yards right back from the false start. It would be a 3rd and 9, maybe 10. Yeah, officially we'll need a 3rd and 10. So it's a 3rd and long in an obvious passing down. We saw last week against Houston that this Bills, really the entire season, this Bills offensive line has really struggled on 3rd downs. Yeah, I need to go back and watch that game between the Rams and Panthers, because that's a very interesting one. I know that Stafford turned the ball over a few times, but outside of that, I don't fully know the why the loss happened. As Allen's pass right down on 3rd and 10, it's intercepted. It's picked off and going to be ruled down right where he picked it off. That's Joey Porter Jr., I believe. No, that's Brandon Eccles on the interception. And the Bills offense continues to struggle on 3rd down this season. As I was going to say before the play happened, that the Bills have really struggled blocking on 3rd down on passing plays. An interception might be a little bit worse, because that takes you out of field goal range. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, hey, the Seahawks just went 3-out against the Vikings, so we'll see. I think the Packers can still be a competitive team in the playoffs. I'm not fully sure if they're a Super Bowl team this season. I liked that Dontavian Wicks stepped up a bit on Thanksgiving to be like the true receiver one, but I need to see that consistently because when Tucker Kraft was healthy, when Jaden Reed was healthy, love having that guaranteed receiver one worked really well for the offense. So either one of them, or either I think Jaden Reed's supposed to be back soon, so either he gets back or Dontavian Wicks continues being the receiver one over there. And if they can get a rhythm in the right time, I think the Packers could definitely do something. But they play the Bears next week. It's gonna be a really fun matchup. Yeah. Uh, yeah, I think the Panthers can make the playoffs. I think they can win that division. They're like the Buccaneers and Panthers still have to play twice this season. Those are gonna be really fun games. And one of those, and whoever wins the season series is probably, if one of them sweeps, they're gonna win that division and make the playoffs. If they split, I think Carolina will have the edge over them. But they would need to handle Tampa. That's the goal there. Yeah, but again, with Carolina being such a heads or tails type of team, who knows? And we're still at commercial break. Oh, they don't need to drop a few. The thing is, Tampa and Carolina have the same amount of wins right now, I believe. So if Carolina just handles that season series, they should be set. They're set up really well. Let me double check that. No, the Rams aren't bad now by any means. It's Carolina also has a lot of their better games at home. So it's just they made one too many mistakes against Carolina, and they're a team that's able to take advantage of those. I'm not worried about the Rams at all. I still think they're one of the better teams in the NFC. Yeah, Carolina and Tampa. Tampa's a half game ahead of Carolina because they have their bye week next week. So there's gonna be a fun final month for those two teams. All right, we're just getting back from commercial break. See what the Steelers offense can do off the interception. Rodgers in shotgun, back to his right, two receiving options to each side. Ball on their own 35. Man in motion, left to right, gonna toss this. No, can keep it himself left side, dump off, has some space past the 40, down to about the 43. That's DK Metcalf on the reception. Oh yeah, the NFL is definitely drunk this year. It's back to like 2014, 07. It's a crazy year. Yeah, Lane Kiffin announced he's going to LSU. That's gonna be how much leeway is LSU fans gonna give Lane Kiffin? I think that's the better question on things. Rodgers in shotgun, back behind him, three receiving options to the right, 2nd and 2 from their own 44 or 43. Gonna hand this off left side for Jalen Warren, and that should be enough for a first. If not, it's third and inches. And yeah, that spot gonna be about 3rd and inches. Yeah, again, I'm not worried about the Rams because I do still expect them to win that division pretty easily. And if the Rams at home are a very tough team to beat. So I'm not too worried about the Rams. Now, they play Seattle again in a few weeks. They lose that game, there might be a little bit of concern, but I still think they'll be fine. Rodgers in shotgun, back behind him, going to hand this off up the middle, and that'll be enough for the first. Jalen Warren on the carry. He fights his way for an extra yard or two on top of it. Five years. That's you giving him 5 years. Is that the LSU fan base as a whole? What are we talking about? I'm thinking like maybe 3 years is gonna be like the absolute maximum amount of leeway he's gonna have. Once we get to like year 4 is when there's going to be some hot seat discussion probably. Rodgers in shotgun, back behind him, going to toss this right side for Jalen Warren. That's going to be a loss of about 2 or 3. Not much going on there. So 2nd and long coming up. Christian Benford on the tackle, but in the backfield. Yeah, I don't trust the Bears either right now. I do still think they're a good team. But against the Packers next week, it's going to be a really fun matchup. But I think the Packers just have the better defense. And an offense that can actually move the ball, unlike Philly. Rodgers in shotgun, back to his left, 3 receivers to the right. 2nd and 12, gonna look to throw. Has some time, dump off left side to Jalen Warren. He's gonna get about those yards right back from the first down play. It'll be a 3rd and long for Pittsburgh. Yes, you are. The Rams lost to Carolina earlier. And it goes like Stafford didn't have his greatest of games. He threw 2 interceptions in that one. He fumbled once. It was just a rough game all around. But you can be confident in saying that performance from the Rams is an outlier performance. Yeah, it's a 7-year It's the 7-year $90 million, right? That was the Lane Kiffin deal. Rodgers in shotgun, back to his left, looking to throw in 3rd and 10. Pressure coming, pass right side, gonna be incomplete. Nearly a perfect throw, looking for Calvin Austin, just couldn't quite hang on. Good coverage as well from Tre'Davious White. And the Steelers are not able to take advantage of the interception. They're gonna punt this one away to Buffalo. Probably should have been a penalty there. Calvin Austin wasn't allowed to get his right hand up on that ball. Right hand up. Probably should have been a penalty, but I think they're ruling it hand fighting. So the Steelers are going to send this one away. Punt comes off clean. And it's fair caught at the 18. It affects the playoffs because a tie counts as half a win. So it does put a wrinkle into things, especially in the AFC North. Yeah. Cross country, cold and rainy. Yeah, that's going to be a tough game anytime you have to play that. Again, not too worried about the Rams. They're going to drop a little bit, but they're probably going to stay top 3 in my rankings. 7-year, 84. Okay, that's not a bad deal. I'm more so curious how that impacts Ole Miss in the playoffs. Like, because of that, and seemingly the entire offensive staff also jumping ship, is Ole Miss even going to host a playoff game this year? Or are they going to fall, or are they going to fall enough to where they don't host a game and have to travel somewhere? What do you mean by QB number? If you mean like QBR or QB rate or QBR or stuff like that, that kind of stuff doesn't fully matter. Oh, quarter number. Yeah, that's me just forgetting it because I recorded I have to get rid of everything before the stream so I can record Dolphins post game. I just forgot to put that back. Thank you for catching that. $25 million NIL. That's a solid amount. Yeah, exactly. So him and his staff is not coaching the playoffs and anything. So you're gonna have the DC is now the new head coach. That was announced as well. They're just gonna hire him. So like the offense is not gonna perform to the team's not gonna perform to the same level most likely. So how is that going to impact where Ole Miss gets ranked by the committee? Like obviously they're gonna be in the playoffs. But are they going to what they would need to be? Are they going to be 5-8 to where they host a playoff game? from some reports, it seems like nearly the entire offensive staff is going with him to LSU, which is crazy. Allen under center, going to hand this off up the middle for James Cook. He gets past the 25 to about the 26, as we're just coming back from commercial break. All right, so Allen in shotgun back to his left, two receiving options to each side on 2nd and 2. Going to hand this off up the middle for James Cook. That'll be enough for the first, up past the 30 to about the 31 maybe. Because I think LSU is, dude, there's also a non-zero chance that Trinidad Chambliss moves with Kiffin to LSU. And if that happens, I mean, Ole Miss pretty much can be in the reset button next year. They're in for a weird offseason. Allen under center, back behind him. Going to hand this off up the middle. And there's space past the 35, 40, 45, and down to the 46. It's Ray Davis getting tripped up. And the Bills are moving so far in this drive, but they did the same on the opener, and we saw what happened there. Hey, either way, Kiffin is going to take a lot of those players, I think. And it would make sense to take the quarterback as well, and at least have a competition. Allen under center, going to hand this off up the middle, and there's space for Davis once again, past midfield, past the 45, and enough for a first as he gets to roughly the 43. Oh, Sam Darnold strip sack. I think Minnesota has it. And see, again, in the background, off to the side here, I have Seahawks and Vikings on in the background, just to keep an eye on that game every once in a while. So you might hear me give some updates for that one as well. Allen under center, back behind him, 3 receiving options to the right. Gonna hand this off left side for Ray Davis, and this time he's gonna be met behind the line and lose about 3 on the play. Although it seems like Seattle got it. Yeah, Cooper Kupp got it. All right, 2nd and 12 coming up. Yeah. But also at the same time, like, would he fit a Lane Kiffin offense? And I'm sure they're gonna have a QB battle to some degree in camp anyway for LSU. Even if Chambliss does not go with them, as there's gonna be a false start before the snap once again on that backup right tackle. A 2nd and 17 coming up. We are a drive and a half, we'll say, into this Bills offense today, and they're already missing Dion Dawkins badly. Alec Anderson, the backup right tackle, has been called for a false start twice on 2 drives. Dion Dawkins, there we go. Allen in shotgun, back to his left, 3 receivers to the right. 2nd and 17, going to be looking to throw. Pass left side, caught for space by Ty Johnson, who's going to get past the 45 to about the 42. And there's a penalty down. It's going to be a personal foul against the Steelers. I believe it's going to be a face mask. So 15 yards and a free first down. Yeah, face mask against the Steelers. So 15 yards and automatic first down. The Bills are moving on this one. Who's y'all's running back currently? Wait, show that replay again.
His face mask got moved, but was it his own lineman that touched his face mask? Oh yeah, they picked up the penalties, a 3rd and 10. Allen in shotgun, 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. It was the backup left tackle who grabbed a hold of the face mask. So no penalty against the Steelers. 3rd and 10, Allen in shotgun back to his left, looking to throw. Has some time, trying to escape, rolling left. Just shovels this one forward and incomplete, looking for Ty Johnson. The Bills' 3rd down issues have been on full display on back-to-back drives for 3rd and 10s. Because the Steelers were able to get pressure, they nearly got the sack there. And Allen was just forced to shovel this one forward. Oh, the offense is staying on the field for 4th and 10. Ball on the plus 42. Allen in shotgun. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Man in motion left to right. See if they can get the Steelers to jump, and they're not able to. Play clock winds down. Gonna be a delay of game against Buffalo. And now they'll punt. Yep, so out comes the punting unit. The Steelers' defense is forcing some issues for the Bills' offense like I expected. But just need Aaron Rodgers in this offense to step up a bit. All right, the punt comes off clean. Going to be bouncing into the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers will begin from the 20. And we'll see what Aaron Rodgers has in store. And we head to commercial break. At commercial break. All right. And yeah, if you're going to have a running back committee, it doesn't really matter anyway. So yeah, like I think LSU is going to be fine next year. Well, because already this year was just more so a down year. But isn't Harold Perkins entering the draft? That if so, that's gonna be a key piece of the defense leaving. So that commercial break. Still at commercial break. Hey, it's Andrew Van Ginkel making a big play on 3rd and goal for Minnesota. Man, I miss him in Miami. Him and Matt Collins were 2 players that Greer let walk for no reason that have really come back to bite Miami. It's like those were 2 guys that we could have kept for really team-friendly deals, and we just didn't for some reason. Oh yeah. Does LSU have a bowl game this year? Because if not, I think we'll find out pretty soon on Perkins. Yeah, I wish he was still in Miami. He's such a good player that this defense really could utilize someone like him. Even though we have enough edge rushers, but still, he was someone that was more than just another great edge rusher for Miami. He was a great locker room guy on top of it all. Mike Tomlin has the second most wins amongst active head coaches. Andy Reid's in first by nearly 100. Andy Reid is also nearly 100 behind Don Shula, by the way. Rodgers in shotgun, back behind him, and a tight end in the backfield to his right. Going to toss this right side for Kenneth Gainwell. Trying to find space will be a gain of about 2. When does the, I assume that's after the conference championships. But when does the bowl schedule get announced? Most consecutive seasons without a losing record. The Steelers sit at 21, and that's in question. They need to win 3 of their final 6. Rodgers in shotgun, back behind them. 2 receiving options to each side. Man in motion, left to right. Going to hand this off left side for Warren. Has space to about the 25. Will be a gain of 3. 3rd and 5 coming up. Yeah. Although the Jets winning, especially with how well it seemed they played with Tyrod Taylor, it makes me a bit nervous for next week. But I still think Miami should be able to handle them decently well. It is in New York, though, so we'll see. In a week or 2, yeah. All I know is that this upcoming weekend, I'm going to be watching the ACC championship game while rooting for Duke because I want chaos. Rodgers looking to throw in 3rd and 4. Pass right side, has a man but missed him. Oh, that's when he wants back. Roman Wilson had a step and would have been 6. But Rodgers put it too far out in front. Oh, Sam Darnold's heading to the medical tent. So the Steelers go 3 and out. And the punt comes off clean. Going to be fair caught near the 22. Penalty marker down. So the Chargers have Trey Lance in the game due to a left hand injury to Justin Herbert. And now Sam Darnold just entered the medical tent. Who is the Seahawks backup? Penalty is holding against the Bills on the punt return. Can push them back. Going to be 1st and 10 from their own 12-yard line when we get back from commercial break. Is it Milroe? Or is it Sam? I think it's Sam Howell. It still shows Drew. Oh yeah, Drew Lock did return. I saw, yeah, because he left. Yeah, it's Drew Lock. He's back. Yeah, big week for injuries. Kind of crazy. Hey, Darnold's out of the medical tent. He's on the sideline. Seems fine. That's good news. Where is Sam Howell then? I remember him being, or at least signing with Seattle. Oh, he's in Philly? When the? When did he go to? Was he traded to Philly when did he go to Philly? Oh, whatever. Still at commercial break between the Bills and Steelers. Max Brosmer just barely missed Justin Jefferson for a big gain. Max Brosmer wearing the number 12 does not feel right in Minnesota. Why did I never remembers who else do I remember wearing 12? That's why, yeah, because Percy Harvin was that dude in that number. And yeah, Nick Mullins wore it a few years back. I don't know, 12 in that number font just doesn't look right to me. Though in the older font, when it was Percy Harvin, it looked great. We still had a commercial break. There's quite a few teams around the league that really should go back to old jerseys or old Brandon. One of them is definitely Minnesota. I do not like that current look. All right, back from commercial break. Allen in shotgun. A back behind him and one to his right. Ball on their own 13-yard line. Going to look to throw. Pressure coming, pass right side, caught by James Cook. Has room past the 15 and out of bounds at the 17. Gain of 4. So a 2nd and 6 coming up. And yeah, there's Sam Darnold taking the field, so he's good to go. Sean McDermott has reached the playoffs in 7 of first 8 seasons. Pretty sure that one year he didn't was his first year in Buffalo. Not mistaken. Might have been the 2nd year. Allen under center, going to toss this right side for James Cook. Is going to get about a yard, maybe 2. Oh no, it was his 2nd year in Buffalo. That's, yeah. Because that was 2018 they missed. And his first year in Buffalo was 2017. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that now. Yeah, I made a video that talked about the 2018 season. All right, 3rd and 4. Allen in shotgun. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Ball on their own 19. Allen looking to throw. Has some time. Pass left side. Incomplete. Looking for Khalil Shakir. Some great coverage and the ball comes loose. The Steelers force a 3 and out. And this game is going to be a very defensive focused one. Yeah, couldn't hang on to the pass. The Bills will punt. It's a defensive focused game in this. Punt comes off clean. Going to be returned beginning from the 30. Out past the 35, 40, and out of bounds to the 41. So the Steelers will start from there. 6 seconds remain in the first quarter, so we need 1 play from their offense. Yeah, this has been a very defensive game. And again, these are 2 defenses I don't mind watching having a defensive game. All right, 1st and 10. Rodgers in shotgun, back behind him. Now motioning someone into the backfield to be a fullback to his right. Play action looking to throw. Rodgers with some time. Stepping left, pass left is batted away at the line. 1 second remains in the first quarter. All right, but 2nd and 10 coming up. This game legitimately might come down to a field goal. DK slipped at the top of his route. All right, Rodgers in shotgun, back to his right. 2 receiving options to each side. Going to hand this off left side on 2nd and 10. Has space for Warren. Pass midfield and enough for a first as he gets 12. And that's the end of the first quarter. 15 minutes in the books. It's been nothing but defense, but the Steelers have just passed midfield for the first time today. seeing if they can take the lead. But first, a commercial break. Yeah, 3-0 barn burner. That is exactly what I think of when I think of the classic rivalry of the Bills and Steelers. What is their... I do not remember their all-time, some of their past matchups. I know they played in the playoffs somewhat recently. Steelers lead the series 17-13. Yeah, it's not been. It's been a relatively low scoring series throughout its tenure. All right. We're at commercial break. Yeah. Wait, were they the ones that played on that Tuesday game? I do not. What year would that have been? Probably. That would have been 2020? Yeah, that's a... Okay, yeah, both of those potential times were in December. Because I remember when the Tuesday games and the Wednesday stuff was going on, I was still doing football stuff, and I missed one of them because of practice. That was not in December. When in December? Last year? If you're still talking about the Bills Steelers playing each other, that wasn't last year. There also wasn't any Tuesday games last year. Tuesday, there's only been like 1 or 2 Tuesday games in NFL history, and that was mainly during the COVID stuff because they kind of had to. No, it doesn't seem like it. Okay. Whatever. Just coming back from commercial break for the start of the second quarter. Oh my, Max Brosmer. What was that pick six? Rodgers in shotgun back to his right. Two receiving options to each side. Looking to throw. Has some time. Pass over the middle is incomplete. Looking for DK Metcalf. Max Brosmer just threw a pick six while horizontal. That's crazy. And the Steelers offense, second fewest receptions by receivers, but the second most receptions by running backs. Yeah, they're a fun offense. 2nd and 10, Rodgers in shotgun. Gonna hand this off up the middle, and that is a gain of only about a yard. Jalen Warren on the carry. 3rd and 9 coming up. So Justin Herbert has returned to that game with a glove on. Cool. All right, 3rd and 9. Rodgers in shotgun. 3 receiving options to the right, 2 to the left. Ball on the plus 46. Play clock winding down to get the snap off. Rodgers to throw. Pressure coming, trying to escape. Rolling out right after shaking off 1 sack. Directing traffic, throwing right side is low and incomplete. Looking for Calvin Austin. That pass did not really have a chance. And the Steelers' drive stalls out upon getting past midfield. Nice spin move by Joey Bosa, but just couldn't finish the sack there. And yeah, pass was too low and too far to the left. So the Steelers will punt. This can be a field position game. Punt comes off clean. Going to bounce and be downed at about the 20. So the Bills will start from there. Yeah, this is going to be a field position battle. And we're heading into a commercial break. At commercial break. And at commercial break. Meanwhile, Brosmer retakes the field for Minnesota. And yeah, they're going to have an offensive showing. Brent just texted me that Herbert threw a funny interception. It's a way for me to see this. And that game's at commercial break, because of course it is. Alright, at commercial break still. Waiting for the Bills' next drive. Should be... Yep, just getting back from commercial break. Yeah, it's already... The sun's already set in Pittsburgh, and it's not even 5 o'clock. It's just past 5. Allen in shotgun back to his left. 3 receivers to the right. Ball on their own 20. Back being shifted to his right as they're going to hand this off to James Cook up the middle for about 1 yard. And back from commercial. Can I see the replay, please, on the interception? Damn, can't. Hey, the Chargers are wearing their throwbacks. The Supercharger throwbacks. Hell yeah, I love those. There'll be a 2nd and 9 coming up for Buffalo. Allen going to play action and look to throw. Has time, dump off over the middle to James Cook. It's going to get enough for the first as he gets his way to the 34. All right, 1st and 10. Allen under center, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the left. Play action, looking to throw. Rolling left, buying time. Allen still looking, going to take it himself. Gets out of bounds at about the 40. A gain of roughly 6. A 2nd and short coming up. Second and 3. Allen in shotgun, back to his left. Going to hand this off up the middle, and that's going to be only a gain of about 1 yard or 2. Yeah, they're beautiful. I love those Superchargers ones. It's so much better than the all yellow that they wore earlier this season. Those were ugly as hell. All right, 3rd and 2 coming up for Buffalo. Allen in shotgun, back to his left. 3 receivers to the right. Going to hand this off up the middle, and that's going to be enough for the first. Ty Johnson barely gets the line to gain, and the Bills keep their drive going. Oh, Tampa sneaked away with a win. How did they do in the 1 o'clock slate for predictions? Probably not too great. Yeah, they're showing Josh Allen getting his jersey retired at Wyoming this past week, not 2 weekends ago. So 1st and 10, Allen under center, back behind him. Gonna hand this off to James Cook left side. He's gonna be met behind the line and fumble, no, he lost it again, and the Steelers have it. Oh my god. He just dropped the ball behind him. Initially looked like he re-picked it up. Instead, it's Patrick Queen who comes away with it, and the Steelers defense has forced their 2nd turnover in the first half. Yeah, his knee hits the ball loose, and then he couldn't corral it on the first effort, and Patrick Queen gets it from there. There's an unfortunate fumble. Oh yeah, the Steelers 100th anniversary throwbacks. Those were ugly. Yeah, that was a fun game to watch with those. Rodgers in shotgun, 3 receiving options to the left, 2 to the right. Ball on the +39. Rodgers looking to throw. Has time, pass right side, wide open, DK Metcalf down to the 25. And the Steelers are in field goal range, looking to get points off of this turnover, unlike the first. Yeah, just simply find a window for DK Metcalf, and Rodgers gonna hit you. Yeah, this game has been something. If the Steelers do not get points on this drive somehow, then yeah, this game's a mess. Rodgers in shotgun, back behind him. 2 receiving options to each side. Play action looking to throw. Rolling left, trying to buy some time. Still looking, pass over the middle is incomplete. Looking for Darnell Washington. Just couldn't hang on to the pass. 2nd and 10 coming up. It's on the money from Rodgers. Just bounces off his chest. Yeah, that's when he knows he needs back. All right, so Rodgers in shotgun, back to his right. 3 receiving options to the right. One of them sent in motion towards the left. Rodgers looking to throw. Dump off right side to Kenneth Gainwell. It's going to be a nice catch. Gets past the 20, the 15, and out of bounds at the 10. The Steelers, after everything with this game, are the team to find the red zone first. It's a 1st and goal from the 10. That's a great one-handed catch at his ankles by Kenneth Gainwell. Like, that's an incredible play. That ball was nowhere near accurate. All right, 1st and goal. They're going to say you got out of bounds at the 8. Rodgers in shotgun, back behind him. 2 receiving options to each side. Play action looking to throw. Dump off over the middle. Caught by Jalen Warren. He gets inside the 5 to the 2. 2nd and goal coming up for Pittsburgh. Hey, I went 4 and 3 in the 1 o'clock window. I'll take that. Especially because one of the ones that got wrong was the Rams and Falcons. Thinking Tennessee was kind of dumb, but I'm fine with it. Rodgers in shotgun, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the right. 2nd and goal from the 2. Looking to throw, pressure coming. Rodgers passes at the feet to Jalen Warren. 3rd and goal from the 2. They wanted a quick hitter to, I believe, DK Metcalf on the left side, but the Bills played that really well, and instead it'll be 3rd and goal. Yeah, they wanted that quick hitter to Metcalf. He just was very nice coverage by Christian Benford on the left side. Forces Rodgers to go elsewhere with it. So Rodgers in shotgun, back to his left. 2 receiving options to each side. 3rd and goal from the 2. Rodgers handoff up the middle, and he gets in. Jalen Warren finds the end zone. The Steelers on the board first off of the James Cook fumble. With 8:09 to play in the first half, and Jalen Warren hits the fish out of water celebration. All right. And now there's a penalty. I imagine this is an after the play penalty of some kind. Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Steelers after the play. Gonna make this a long field goal try. DK Metcalf called for the unsportsmanlike conduct. What happened here? Yeah, Jalen Warren got great blocking up front. He was pretty much untouched to the end zone. And then where's the unnecessary roughness? Or the unsportsmanlike conduct? Just did not show it there. Okay. No, it wasn't against Jalen Warren. It was against Metcalf. I imagine he talked some shit like he always does. The refs are discussing something with Sean McDermott. Maybe they don't want the penalty to be enforced on the kickoff instead because they know that Chris Boswell will still be able to hit this with ease. I like how the ref is talking, but they don't show the ref talking. They keep it on McDermott for some reason. All right, and yeah, Boswell on for the extra point. Seems like it's just a normal extra point, so I'm assuming it's going to be enforced on the kickoff. As the extra point is up, and it is good. Chris Boswell makes this a 7-0 game for Pittsburgh. See if the Bills offense can do something in this. As we head to commercial break. All right, Steelers and Vikings head into the half with the Steelers. Seahawks and Vikings head into the half with the Seahawks up by 13. What's going on with the Chargers? Chargers are up by 7-0 over the Raiders with about 6 minutes to play in the first half. That game's been a whole load of nothing. As we're still at commercial break. At commercial break. The Panthers have a better record than the Chiefs right now. That's crazy. All right, just coming back from commercial break. Also, what else is crazy? 4 teams are on the bye next week, which is kind of crazy to me, considering how late into the season we are. As we're just getting back from commercial break, Steelers are set to send this one down. See if the Bills' offense can get something going. They've gotten past midfield a few times in this one, but just have stalled out since. Kickoff underway, going to be returned beginning from the 15, up past the 25, down to about the 31. All right, see if Josh Allen and this Bills offense has anything in store for us. Do they have anything? .804 to play in the half. Allen under center. Back behind him, 3 receiving options to the right. Ball on their own 31. Gonna hand this off up the middle for James Cook, who has space past the 40, past the 45, and maybe get to 46. Still a solid carry for a fresh set of downs. JSN and Justin Jefferson in the first half each had 0 receptions. Goddamn. All right, Allen under center, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the right. Ball on their own 45. Give to James Cook. Is going to get about 2, maybe 3. 2.5-ish. 2nd and 7 coming up. Second and 7. I mean, the Bills' O-line has been playing solid, even with the injuries. It's just not enough so far. Also, they've all just made their own mistakes in general. Allen in shotgun, back to his right, 2 receiving options to each side, looking to throw. Pressure coming. Allen escapes 1 sack. Going to get past midfield and brought down at the 49 by Patrick Queen. And a 3rd down coming up. The Steelers have been close to about 2 or 3 sacks already tonight. They just can't finish them. But like, they've been close. Hello. This game has been a whole lot of defense. I saw that Seattle got a pick 6 against Brosmer. That was a pretty funny pick 6. Allen in shotgun, 3 receivers to the right, a back to his left. 3rd and 3, just past midfield. Going to keep this himself up the middle, and that'll be enough for the first as he gets 3 exactly. Yeah. The Seahawks defense has been doing great in this one. It's just the offense that can't get a full drive going. Yeah, that's fair. Oh, Cam Hayward and Josh Allen got into a bit of a shouting match after the play. Okay. Allen under center, back behind him. Toss left side for James Cook. Is going to get about 2. Yeah, I'm superstitious like that for like the Panthers and the Heat right now. Where like, yeah, like I'll tune into their games occasionally, but for the most part, I like to not watch the regular season, or more so to like keep up with it on the side, so that way, like, you know, especially like if they get down in the game, I will turn it off or stop paying attention to it. Yeah. Which credit to the Vikings defense. JSN has been held to nothing in the first half, which is impressive. Allen looking to throw in 2nd and 8. Pass is batted and incomplete. Oh, nearly picked off for the second time. Bounces off the face mask of Kyle Duggar. Oh, that should have been picked. Was looking for Ty Johnson on the left side. The 3rd and 8 coming up. Duggar off of the safety blitz. Just barely is not able to hang on to that. So 3rd and 8 is another 3rd and long for Buffalo. Allen alone in shotgun. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Ball on the plus 43. Allen looking to throw. Quick pass left side caught by Johnson. And I think he just barely got the first. If not, it's 4th and inches and they'll just QB sneak this anyway. They're going to give him the first. Yeah, he got it. I mean, with how your defense has been playing, you probably just need to get to like 20, 23 points and you'll be fine. All right, just under 4 minutes to play in the first half. Allen under center, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the right. 1st and 10 from the plus 34. To get the snap off in time, a give up the middle for James Cook past the 30, trying to find room down the left side. But Joey Porter Jr. going to bring him down at about the 28. All right. So a 2nd and 3 coming up. Allen under center, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the right. Ball on about the 28. Going to look to throw. Pressure comes quick. Escapes one would-be sack. Trying to find some time trying to buy some time down the right side. Sliding down. And Allen's going to take a big hit after the slide. And there's going to be a fight after this. No penalty. It's going to be a 3rd and 1. Allen slid and got hit well late. And somehow there's not a penalty. He slides down at the 25. And he gets hit a full yard after. Yeah, no, that probably should have been a penalty. But again, the Steelers have had about 3 or 4 sacks that they just couldn't finish on. They've come so close to bringing Allen down behind the line. They've come so close. All right, it's a 3rd and 2. Allen in shotgun, back to his right. Going to keep it himself right side, and that will be enough for the first as he gets 2.5. So a fresh set of downs, and there's going to be a stoppage for an injury timeout here. There's a Steelers slow to get up. And there's some more shouting going back and forth, especially between Cam Hayward and Josh Allen. Those two are getting into it. It's gonna if Cam Hayward ever gets home and brings down Allen in the backfield, it's gonna be very fun to see how things happen there. As I said, those two are just going back and forth right now. And we head to a commercial break with 2:20 to play in the first half. All right, at commercial break. Also, just the remembering that Arizona exists. What's going on with Kyler Murray? Like, are they just really soft benching him, claiming he's still hurt, and then just gonna move on in the offseason? I wouldn't be shocked, because if it's definitely about time for the Cardinals to move on, but at the same time, really. And yeah, the Panthers did do the funniest thing. Yeah, like he is bad, but at the same time, you paid him all that money only to bench him like this. I don't know. It doesn't feel new cut. Yeah. Okay, it's about time that Arizona and Kyler Murray move on from each other, but I don't know. It just feels like it doesn't feel right. Probably because it feels like they should have moved on a while ago, and they just didn't. Be a Panthers. So wait, is it going to just be an added third team, or is it going to be? Is it an added third team, or is it a replacement of one of the other, or like most likely Minnesota? I would guess. All right, just getting back from commercial break. Patrick Queen is heading to the medical tent. He was a Steeler, so we get up. Well, Watson's a different story with Cleveland and that whole mess, because Cleveland actively got themselves into that. Cleveland did not need to trade for Deshaun Watson. They chose to, and he was still bad for them. As we got back from commercial break, the 20 seconds rolled off the clock, so now we're at the 2-minute warning. And are we heading to another commercial break? We're heading back to a commercial break. Man, I love CBS. Okay, yeah, add a team, that's fair. Yeah, because I feel like the Titans are on there as well. Yeah, whatever. Has it been long enough to where the Deshaun Watson, the picks that Houston got for Deshaun Watson have been used up by now? Has it been that long? I feel like it has. It has to have been that long, right? I feel like it also doesn't matter because the Texans could have gotten no one out of that trade, and they still would have won the trade without Deshaun Watson played in Cleveland. Yeah, that's fair. Yes, all the pieces have been moved. But then there's like other stuff, a part of this that hasn't been, I don't think that's been conveyed yet. Sorry, just like briefly looking at this. Of the picks that Houston themselves kept, it's only Damon Pierce who got waived recently and Cade Stover. They traded all the other picks. They're not Houston, No, yeah, that Houston traded. The other, because they got what is this, 3 first-round picks out of this, and they traded all of them. Yeah, we're at commercial break. Actually, we're just getting back from commercial break for the 2-minute warning, so I'm just going over this Deshaun Watson stuff because I'm curious. Might do a video on it. Houston traded all 3 first-round picks they got in this trade, and they turned into Jordan Davis, Jahmyr Gibbs, and Brian Thomas. Could you imagine Houston with those 3? God damn. All right, just getting back from commercial break for the 2-minute warning. See if the Bills can finish this drive strong, or if they'll stall out once again. Allen under center, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the right. Going to hand this off right side for James Cook. Trying to find some room down the sideline. Will be brought down at the 20. Gain of roughly 5. It felt like he cut in a bit too early there. But either way, it's still a solid pickup. So a 2nd and 5, a minute 48 to play in the first half. And the Steelers call their first timeout. The Steelers do get ball to begin the second half, so they're still feeling fine no matter kind of what happens here. But if you can hold Buffalo to a field goal, you're definitely feeling a lot better. So a minute 48 to play in the half. They added 3 seconds back, so it was a minute 51. Allen under center, 3 receiving options to the right, a back behind him. 2nd and 5. Going to hand this off right side for James Cook. Has space past the 15 and down to about the 12. First down pickup, and there's more pushing and shoving going afterwards. There's a lot of tension being built right now between these two teams. At some point, it's gonna blow up. The question is just when. And we have another stoppage. With a minute 46 to play. Oh, that's under review. Under review. What? Wait, what's been under review? Oh, trying to see if the ball was down inbounds or out of bounds. Yeah, so timeout's going to be called because he got brought down inbounds. So the Steelers call their second. As they're saying that James Cook was brought down technically inbounds. So a minute 46 to play in the half. Allen under center, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the right. Ball on the 11.5-yard line. Going to hand this off to James Cook once again. And he's going to get just inside the 10 to about the 9.5. So gain of about 2. 2nd and 8 coming up. Sam Darnold is getting a lot of passes batted down at the line of scrimmage today. All right, 2nd and 8. The Bills have over 10 minutes more of time of possession. And they're down by 7. Allen in shotgun back to his left. Going to look to throw. Quick pass left side is well off the mark and incomplete. Looking for Dawson Knox. That ball did not have a chance. So it's 3rd and 8 with a minute 4 to play in the half. Fine, I won't. All right, 3rd and 8. It's another 3rd and long for the Bills. The first one they're facing this drive. Allen in shotgun, back to his right. 3 receivers to the left. Looking to throw. Quick pass left side, caught by Gabe Davis. Looking to be stood up at the 5. Not enough for the first. So the Bills' drive stalls out inside the 5-yard line, just about. There is a Steelers slow to get up, so they will call their final timeout due to injury. With 54 seconds to play in the half. So they're going to be able to get the ball back, still with the lead, a chance to double up because they get ball to begin the second half. It was 55 seconds, and they added an extra second. It's 4th and 4 from the 5. We'll see what Buffalo decides to do here. Because it won't be the worst decision. We're heading to a commercial break. It won't be the worst decision to go for it, because even if you get stopped, you have all 3 timeouts, your defense has been playing well, you can probably get the ball back. We'll see. We're at commercial break. We'll see what choice they make. We will see. At commercial break. At commercial break. There's a 4th and 4 for Buffalo. I think I would go for it here. Yeah, it's not like the highest chances, but with how well your defense has been playing, and the fact that they have no timeouts, there's not really a massive harm. As long as you don't get like a massive sack or a bad turnover, like you keep them inside the 5-yard line, you're feeling fine. So that commercial break. All right, 4th and 3. Allen in shotgun. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Man in motion left to right. Allen moving up to the line. Just trying to get the Steelers to jump, it seems. If the Steelers, you cannot jump it. I'll give them a free first. Play clock winding down. And they're going to call their first timeout. The Steelers successfully don't jump. And the Bills will, I assume, now settle for 3. I don't hate the idea. Because they still might go for it. All right, 4th and 3, and the offense is right back onto the field. They're going to go for it. Allen alone in shotgun. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. And in motion right to left. And there's movement before the snap. A false start against Buffalo. Now going to make it a 4th and 8 and force their hand with the field goal try. So now out comes Matt Prater to at least just put the Bills on the board. Still a really solid drive that the Bills had there. I mean, it's about time they had a drive like that. But man, you get down inside the 5 and then things just fall apart. Matt Prater for the 27-yard kick. It's up and it's right down the middle. 51 seconds remain in the half. The Steelers get ball to begin the second half as well. They have a bit of room here to try and get some points. We'll see if they're able to. Yeah. Hey, to see it, Steelers up 16-0. Though that's not a completely safe lead. We saw that earlier. I have T-Fox. I have. I've seen quite a few. I think I've seen nearly all of his stuff. Yeah, you're doing enough offensively. That's the key thing. Because this is one of those games where you're going against an undrafted rookie in his first ever start. You know that you don't. The key thing is to just not turn the ball over and let them make the mistakes. Oh yeah, it is really good. I think he's been talking about trying to make like an actual like short film that's like somewhat related to it, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Checkmate Lincolnites is a fun history series. Kickoff underway, going to be returned beginning from the 2, up past the 15, 20, 25, and brought down there to 25. Yeah. So I figured out what to do in that situation for it, and all I had to do was so typically for my laptop, I have I go through just the main internet that my complex has, and then for my PC and other stuff, I have an extension that I use. So I had to try using the extension for the stream earlier. That got kind of messed up. So all I had to do was just forget the main network on my laptop, and it seemed to be working fine now. I hate it up here. Penalty on the kickoff return is going to be unnecessary roughness against the Steelers. That's going to push them back a bit here. Internet and technology is weird. I only have to deal with this for a few more games up in this setup before I can not have to worry about it. Rodgers and shotgun. 3 receiving options to the left, 2 to the right. Ball on their own 13-yard line. Quick throw, right side caught by Jonnu Smith. Up past the 15 and down to about the 19. 35 seconds and counting for the Steelers. It seems pretty unlikely for them to actually do much on this. Rodgers and shotgun back to his left. 3 receivers to the left as well. Going to just hand this off up the middle for Gainwell, and he has space past the 25 to about the 30. And that might bring us to halftime. Yep, that brings us to halftime. So the Steelers get ball to begin the second half, up by 4. And the offense started to find some rhythm there. They started to find a rhythm in that first half. Both offenses did. So we'll see. We're at halftime. I'll quickly be right back. Alright, I am back. It is halftime. At halftime. It's still at halftime, still at commercial break, waiting for the start of the second half. Steelers get ball to begin the second half. We'll see if their offense can continue the momentum they had right before the half ended. Same will go for the Bills offense when they eventually get the ball back. Yeah, that's on me. It's just simply either like not pressing the button I have hard enough, or sometimes older technology can be a bit weird with stuff. Yeah, we're at halftime. Yeah, the Dolphins are technically in the hunt. Are they actually going to accomplish that? Probably not. I mean, so the Dolphins find themselves a game back of Kansas City and one other team, can't remember. They're 2 games back of Houston. If the Bills lose this, they're 2 games back of them, and that's kind of the bigger talking point. Is being 2 games back of Buffalo would be massive for the rest of the season. Because even if Miami does not make the playoffs, if they somehow finish ahead of Buffalo in the standings, the offseason is going to be a mess. Oh yeah, I'll need to check it after. What is the current full standings? So Miami is we'll say a game and a half back of Baltimore because they have the tiebreaker. So Miami is a game back of Kansas City, a game and a half back of Baltimore, 2 games back of Houston, potentially 2 games back of Buffalo, anywhere from 2.5 to 3.5 games back of the Chargers because they have the tiebreaker over us. And then it's 3.5 games back of the Colts because they have tiebreaker. That's why they kind of need the Colts to win that division. And kind of need Baltimore to win their division. I mean, like, there is definitely a world where Miami gets closer to this, but they're going to need some really nice wins and fast. Yep. Carolina threw a massive wrinkle into the NFC with that. Because the Bears are now in first place of the entire conference. And there's them showing the AFC playoff picture. With the Patriots being at 10-2, Denver's at 9-2, Jacksonville's at 8-4. Yeah, so Miami needs to be able to beat. Miami needs to win out, and that's a lot easier said than done. But to be fair, with how the Steelers, the Buccaneers, and with how the Steelers and Buccaneers have been playing, they can set themselves up nicely at 8 and what would that be? It would be 8-7 entering the final week, which from there, who knows? You have like the fans can think that far ahead, but I want the team to take it a week at a time. Because the Jets is not going to be an easy game next week if they go out there and play the same way they did against New Orleans. So now there's a total of 4 teams officially eliminated from the playoffs, pending results of the 4:00 games. The Titans are eliminated. Arizona's eliminated. New Orleans is eliminated. The Giants are eliminated. We're getting to that point of the year. We're getting to that point. All right, still at halftime. Kansas City plays Houston next week, right? That's going to be a great game. I don't know who I would want to win that one, though. Oh, that's Sunday Night Football next week. That should be a great game for Sunday Night Football. Damn, the Chiefs have a tough end of season schedule. 3 of their next 5 they could easily lose. Houston, LA, and Denver. Those are going to be some great games. All right, still at halftime, still at commercial breaks, waiting for the start of the second half. Steelers get ball to begin the second half. See if they can get something going offensively and get points on the board to begin the half, they're in a good spot. As the Seahawks just took a 19-0 lead over Minnesota. At halftime. Yeah. I mean, a kicker has won MVP before. To be fair, it was during a shortened season, but it has happened. So there is some possibility. He won it by won it by like 1 vote. That's crazy. I think I need to do a video on this, but I don't know how. This is just one of those things that you kind of just need to. This just doesn't feel real. Because he was also an Offensive Player of the Year voted. Like, how does that make sense? Mark Mosley. He was the Washington kicker in 1982. So 1982 was a shortened season. There was only 9 games due to a player's strike. That also caused the playoffs to be expanded for that season. And in those 9 games, he had a 95% field goal percentage, his highest by far of his career. But that is also on 20 for 21 field goals. So it's like a whatever type of thing. This is such a funny instance of it happening. Because, like, Mark Mosley, he is a career 65% field goal kicker. In the modern NFL, you have one season of 65% kicking from field goal. You don't find a team the rest of your career. And he's just had one random season where they only played 9 games and had 95% field goal kicking and won MVP. Over Dan Fouts, who was a legitimate Hall of Fame quarterback and should have won MVP at some point. But I don't think he ever did. No, Dan Fouts was robbed of MVP by a kicker. That is how unfavorable it is for Chargers players. As we're just getting back from halftime. I'm very tempted to try to find a way to do a video on that. I'm very tempted to find a way to do a video. I might have to do it where I do the video on the entire season. And then just the punchline at the end is that a kicker won MVP. I'll think about it. In December, I'm going to go through a ton of video ideas just to find one that works. Find a few that work. Alright, second half kickoff underway. Going to be returned beginning from about the 10. Room out past the 20, 25 to the 26 before being stood up. Alright. Can this Steelers offense find a little bit of life like they did at the end of the half? We will see. This has been, though, a very defensive game. Rodgers in shotgun back behind him. 3 receiving options to the left. Ball on their own 26. First play of the half. Play action looking to throw. Trying to step up. Rodgers trying to buy time and the ball comes loose. It's picked up by Buffalo and they take the lead. First play of the half is a strip sack scoop and score for the Bills. And Rodgers is slow to get up. He is jogging off the field now, but he was a bit slow. First play of the half. It's Joey Bosa forcing the fumble. And then Christian Benford is the one who picks it up. What a way to start the half. What a way. So Matt Prater on for the extra point. It is up. And the Bills have a 3-point lead. Just like that. That is the best way for this second half to start. That sums up this game perfectly. That sums up this game perfectly. Just wow. Yep. How would the turntables? That's just... All right. Time to see the Steelers offense. Oh, Rodgers got a cut on his nose. He's bleeding a bit. All right. So now the others, the Bills are right back to setting this one down. It took one play. It was one play in between kickoffs. All right, kickoff underway. And this is going to be returned beginning from the 1 yard line. Boom out past the 15, the 20, 25, 30. And past the 35 to the 36. Penalty marker down. We'll see what this is. As Patrick Queen has been downgraded to out. Holding against the Steelers is the call. And Mason Rudolph has entered the game. What did I do? Where I had to watch the Dolphins game go like that. And now Mason Rudolph play quarterback and play football. What? I want to point out this out as well. Every one of these 4 o'clock games has had the home team's starting quarterback get injured to some degree. Rudolph and shotgun back behind them. 2 receiving options to each side. It's November. Rudolph should not be here yet. Rudolph going to hand this off up the middle for Jalen Warren. That's going to lose a yard. It's good, yeah. I guess technically it is. Come on. You know, another reason why I'm kind of like on this is because if it is Mason Rudolph for like the next few weeks or so for Pittsburgh, he played well against Miami last year. I don't want to play him again. I'd rather play Rodgers. We at least played Rodgers well last year to some degree. Rudolph and shotgun back to his right. 3 receivers to the left. Ball on their own, 17. Looking to throw in 2nd and 11. Pass left side is short-armed and incomplete. Looking for DK Metcalf. 3rd and 11 coming up. And there's a penalty on DK Metcalf. As he tossed the ball off to the side after the low throw. This is going to be a sportsmanlike conduct. And the Steelers are falling apart. Oh no, is it unsportsmanlike against Buffalo? What? What's happened? What is this game? AJ Epinenza called for the unsportsmanlike conduct. 15 yards in the free first. That's why the ball got flung to the left. Epinenza hit it out of his hands. Okay, I did not see that part of it. Yeah. Probably. You probably do. 1st and 10 from the 31 yard line now. Yeah, Max Brosmer's not having a fun day. I can't fully blame him. The Seahawks defense is really good. Rudolph and shotgun back behind him. A tight end in the backfield to his right. Going to hand this off right side for Jalen Warren. He's going to fight his way past the 35 to about the 36. Going to be a gain of 4. Mason Rudolph is in at quarterback. God. I would not be shocked if Rodgers is out the rest of this game. He took a pretty hard hit there. Rudolph and shotgun. Play action looking to throw in 2nd and 6. Pass left side going to be intercepted. It's Christian Benford picking off the high pass along the sideline. And yeah, this game's getting done with. Was looking for, I believe, Jonnu Smith along the sideline and put too much into it. No, he was looking for Darnell Washington. He overthrew him by about 3 yards and directly into the lap of Christian Benford, who in the span of 2 drives has a fumble recovery for a touchdown and now an interception. Yeah, Christian Benford is going to probably win AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, JSN doing something that's nice. Yeah. I mean, we finally get to see the Bills' offense in this quarter, in this half. Man, this game's ugly. I was hoping for a solid game to watch, especially after the Dolphins game ended the way it did. Instead, I get this. And then tonight's game's not going to be too entertaining either. I mean, hopefully Denver blows them out. But yeah, I'll also be live for the Broncos and Commanders, Sunday Night Football. This is the second of 3 games I'm live with today. I'll be live tomorrow night as well for Patriots and Giants. Yeah, we'll see. All right, at commercial break. At commercial break. How's the Chargers doing? Who knows? Maybe the Chargers fall off a bit. Chargers are up 14-7 over the Raiders. And then the start of the fourth quarter, it is 19-0 in favor of Seattle over Minnesota. Sorry, Geno Smith is only 6 for 8 in this game. What have the Raiders been doing? I see. Going 3 and out. That's what they've been doing. And Allen under center, handoff up the middle for James Cook is going to get about 2. 3 and out, 4 and out, interception after 2 plays, 9 play touchdown drive, 3 and out, 3 and out. God, the Raiders suck. At least they're in line for something, right? They could get a quarterback in the off. Yeah, they have the 4th overall pick currently. And the Raiders are actually set up nicely to be able to get a quarterback in the offseason in the draft. Allen in shotgun. Looking to throw in 2nd and 7. Has some time. Pass over the middle. Caught by Dawson Knox. Up to about the plus 45, maybe 44. New Orleans feels like such a wild card team in the draft. Like, they could easily go quarterback, or they could just see what they have in Tyler Shuck for a full season, and then pick up Archman in the following year if need be. In which case the Raiders don't need to trade up at all if that's the case. I probably would need to actually, but you know what I mean. They're sitting nicely. Allen under center, back behind him. Handoff up the middle for James Cook and to bounce it out right side. Past the 40 and down to the 38. Second and 4 coming up. Allen under center, going to hand this off to James Cook up the middle, who has space for a 1st and more. The 25-20, 15-10, and down to the 7. James Cook, a 31-yard carry, and the Bills are in the red zone. 1st and goal. And this game is about to get ugly. So Allen going to give this to James Cook once again. He gets to the 5, a gain of 2. Second and goal coming up. Second and goal. Allen under center, back behind him. 2 receiving options to each side. Gonna send a man in motion towards the right. Allen gonna hand this off up the middle for James Cook, who's going to get stood up for about a yard, maybe 2. Gonna be a third and goal inside the 5. Third and goal. Allen in shotgun, back to his right. 2 receiving options to each side. Hand off up the middle for James Cook. Trying to bounce to the left side. Going to be stood up short of the end zone. Only a gain of about 1. It's a 4th and goal coming up, and I would not be surprised if the Bills go for it. Because either way, you're pinning a Steelers offense back in their own territory that has been barely able to move the ball down the field in this game. All right, 4th and goal. 9 minutes to play in the third. Allen alone in shotgun. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Going to look to throw. Pump faking, stepping up, pass, end zone, wide open. It's that Keon Coleman. And the Bills extend this lead. Keon Coleman with the grab. Wide open in the back of the end zone. And the Bills have now scored 10 points off of turnovers in this half. Now there's a penalty. What's the penalty? $8:49 to play in the third. This is probably an after the play penalty no matter what. We'll see. After the touchdown, unsportsmanlike against the Steelers. It's called taunting against Cam Hayward. Because yeah, him and Josh Allen continue to have just a shouting match throughout this game. So the Bills actually might go for... No, not going to go for 2. I'm assuming they're going to enforce it on the kickoff. So Matt Prater on for the extra point. Kick is up, and it is no good. He missed it to the left. It's a 9-point game. But that missed extra point is not going to matter if the Steelers offense is not going to get anything done. We head to commercial break. Head to commercial break. Yep, at commercial break. I'm hoping the Steelers do something so this game can get a bit more entertaining. We'll see. We will see. Still at commercial break. At commercial break. Seahawks still up 19-0 over the Vikings. Yeah, this 4 o'clock slate has not been the greatest. Yeah, Rodgers is on the sideline with his helmet on, seemingly like he's good to go. So we will see. The Steelers do need some type of life in this offense. Maybe Rodgers will give it to them. Yeah, the Bills will kick from midfield due to the taunting penalty on the touchdown. Hey, Ladd McConkey, 7-yard touchdown. All right, kickoff underway. This is going to be sailed out of bounds, so the Steelers will begin from about the 25. All right, and yep, Rodgers is back on the field. Let's see what he has in store. Let's see what he has in store. Yeah, it's been one of those type of games for Rodgers. It's a whatever moment. Rodgers in shotgun, back behind him. Handoff up the middle for Gainwell. It's going to get about 2. The Steelers' offense as a whole this year has just been a whole lot of nothing. He also ruled out a gain of a yard. Yeah. I mean, the Steelers' defense hasn't been really the issue this year. It's been their offense being able to get nothing going. As that ball is tipped at the line and incomplete on 2nd and 9, so it'll be a 3rd and 9 coming up. And as for the Eagles' offense, it's the Eagles' offense is more so just issues with its play calling and execution than it is with like actual talent issues. Kind of same goes with the Steelers in a way. Third and 9. Rodgers in shotgun, back to his right, 2 receiving options to each side. Man in motion, left to right, gonna shift the back to his left as well. As the Bills are gonna send pressure, handoff, right side for Gainwell, has space. Past the 30 and down to the 34 just about. Not gonna be enough for a first, it's a 4th and 1. Interesting that they handed the ball off there. They're gonna punt it away. The Steelers go 3 and out, and it's getting loud in Pittsburgh with boos. And I do not blame them. Similar way how I did not blame Eagles fans for booing on Friday. Steelers fans have every right to boo. They should be a much more competent team than they are currently. Punt comes off clean, going to be fair caught at the 16-yard line. Oh yeah, for sure. And also, I don't think the Steelers can be divisional leaders that much longer. So even then, you're comparing the Eagles with Baltimore's offense. It's nearly just as bad. It is the Pennsylvania curse. But at the same time, if you're the Steelers, You had to have known that Arthur Smith was not going to be a great OC when you hired him, just purely based on how little he got done with the talent that the Falcons have. Now, I do think the Steelers need kind of a more clean house type of situation than just getting rid of Arthur Smith. But they need help. They need help on that team as a whole. Yep. At commercial break. Yeah, Buffers, you're living this up as a Bengals fan because your window is all of a sudden wide ass open. The Bengals should have been dead in the water, but all of a sudden they have a legitimate path to win that division, and it makes no sense. Yeah, they are stuck in 2009. And it worked. It worked when they had Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell and Ben Roethlisberger, and they had that core from those years. But it's not an offense that can work anymore, and it's not a mindset that can fully work anymore. Like it's time for them to kind of modernize that team in a way. But they keep trying to modernize it while keeping Tomlin because you kind of have to in a weird way. I know. We'll see. I also wouldn't be shocked if Tomlin is the coach that was being reported about a few a few weeks ago about how a veteran coach is looking to step away after the season. I wouldn't be shocked if that's Tomlin. He's been coaching for a long time. Allen under center, back behind him, 2 receiving options to each side. Gonna hand this off up the middle for James Cook, who bounces it out right side, past the 20 to the 23, and he gets hit hard along the sideline. Yeah, exactly. And like they had the peak of their success early on, and then it's just time. Now, will Tomlin go elsewhere? Probably. But it just him in Pittsburgh does not feel like it's a good fit anymore. Allen under center, back behind him, 2 receiving options to each side. And play action looking to throw, rolling right to buy some time. Dump off right side, caught with space past the 30 and going to get down to the 35 just about. That's Jackson Hawes on the reception. And they keep this drive going. 6.5 to play in the third quarter. There's still how much? Oh my god, it's time in the third. This game is dragging on a bit. All right, Allen under center. Back behind him, 3 receiving options to the right. Man in motion, right to left. Ball on the 34, going to give this to James Cook up the middle, who's going to get about a yard. So 2nd and 9 coming up. Tomlin to the Giants does not sound that bad. I could see that. I don't think it would work, though. I think the Giants need to get an offensive-minded guy in there that could work with Jackson Dart and develop him. But I wouldn't be completely surprised. But Tomlin to the Titans could also work. As Allen looks at throwing 2nd and 9, escapes to his left to buy some time, still looking, going to take it himself past the 40, 45, and out of bounds at the 46. Tomlin to the Giants makes sense because of just the talent that the Giants have on defense. And I think Tomlin would be able to implement his system a bit easier over there. Whereas Tennessee, that's a team right now that needs someone that's more so just a pure developer and now looking to get instant success. So maybe it is Tomlin to New York. We'll see. Allen under center, back behind him. Handoff up the middle for Ray Davis. Has room past the 50, past the 45, and down to the 42. Another first down for Buffalo. They started this game really sluggish offensively. The Steelers weren't able to take advantage of it, and now the Bills are ready to run away with this. Quite literally, they're running the ball a lot, and I like it. Allen under center, going to hand this off up the middle for Ray Davis, who has space past the 40, 35, and down to the 31. Another first down for Buffalo. They're moving the ball really well. All right, first and 10 from the 31.5. Allen under center, back behind him. 2 receiving options to each side. Three and a half to play. Going to hand this off up the middle for, I believe, Ray Davis once again. And this time going to be stood up for maybe nothing, maybe a yard. Yeah. It was also his only Super Bowl appearance, which is crazy. The Packers definitely should have won more with Rodgers, but part of that is also on Rodgers. Allen in shotgun, back to his right. 3 receivers to the left. Going to look to throw. Allen pass over the middle, going to be caught to the 26 before being brought down. Khalil Shakir on the reception. Going to be a 3rd and roughly 5. Third and 5, 2:20 to play in the third quarter. Allen in shotgun, back to his right, 2 receiving options to each side. 3rd and 5. Going to keep it himself right side and not going to be enough for a first. He gets only about 3, maybe 4. So the Steelers hold strong. Going to be able to keep this a 2-score game depending on what the Bills do here on 4th and 1. 1:45 to play in the third. Fourth and 1, and the offense is staying on the field. I mean, just QB sneak this if anything. It is a 4th and a pretty long one. Allen under center, back and fullback behind him. The fullback dive is going to be enough for the first. They get the 1 yard exactly, maybe 2. And they keep the chains moving. They're able to kill a lot more of this clock. And now they still have a chance to make this a 3-score game. So 1st and 10. Allen under center, back behind him, 3 receiving options to the right. Quick throw, left side, going to be dropped. Incomplete, looking for Keon Coleman. And instantly some shouting going on there between Coleman and Joey Porter. All right, Allen and shotgun, a back to each side. 2nd and 10 from the plus 21. 43 seconds remain in the quarter. Allen, the throw. Has time. Dump off right side. Caught by James Cook. Pass to 15 to 10 and out of bounds at the 6. They're moving well. 35 seconds remain in the quarter. A 1st and goal coming up for Buffalo. First and goal. And they're going to let this clock run. That is the end of the 3rd quarter. 15 minutes remain. Aside from a pretty weird first half, where it felt like neither team was in a lot of control, the Bills have been in firm control of this game. And this second half, they're playing really well offensively and defensively. The Steelers had a chance early on to kind of gain some momentum. They couldn't take advantage of it. And the Bills are here, able to make... And the Bills are here and able to take advantage. All right. See ya, Bufflash. All right, at commercial break. All right, at commercial break. At commercial break. Yeah, Seattle's up 26-0 over Minnesota. That's an ass beating. Not surprised there. Chargers are up 24-7 over the Raiders. So they're handling business like they're supposed to. And we're still at commercial break, waiting for the start of the 4th quarter. And again, I'll be live tonight as well for the Broncos and Commanders at around 8:20. Sunday Night Football to wrap up this Sunday slate. And then I'll be live tomorrow night as well for the Patriots and Giants Monday Night Football. That should be a relatively solid game. No, we will see. I thought this game was going to be a bit better, and it turns out to be kind of a nothing. The Steelers had 3 yards of offense in the 3rd quarter. Man, why am I watching? Allen under center, back behind him. 2 receiving options to each side. Quick throw, left side, going to be dropped by Khalil Shakir. Tiny bit behind him. Still one you should have caught. Would have been a walk-in touchdown. 2nd and goal coming up. Yeah, definitely one that Shakir should have caught. All right, 2nd and goal. The Steelers have had 13 minutes of time of possession. Allen under center, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the right. Handoff up the middle. And James Cook's going to lose about 3. Cam Hayward on the tackle for loss. And it's a 3rd and goal coming up. Third and goal. Left. Ball on roughly the 9-yard line. Allen going to keep it himself right side. Has space inside the 5 and going to get pushed forward and get in. Touchdown Buffalo. He was stood up at the 3, but the pile gets pushed the rest of the way. The Bills cap off this drive. And at this point, I'm willing to say this makes it an insurmountable lead for how the Steelers have been playing. Josh Allen breaks the record for career rushing touchdowns by a quarterback. He passes Cam Newton, now at 76 career rushing touchdowns, and seemingly having no plans to stop anytime soon. That record is just gonna keep going up. The extra point from Matt Prater is up, and it is good. Makes this a 16-point game. So it's still technically 2 possessions, but yeah, it's gonna take a lot for the Steelers to get 16 points in 14 minutes. But we will see. He has 76 career rushing touchdowns for Josh Allen. Man. Man, oh man. We have at commercial break. I mean, the Steelers are going to need to score pretty much on the rest of their drives. We will see. We will see. All right, at commercial break. Just getting back from commercial break, we await the Bills to send this one down. The second half drives for the Steelers have gone fumble, which was a scoop and score, interception, and a 3-and-out. The Steelers offense is tough to watch. Kickoff underway, going to be returned beginning from the 8-yard line. Room out past the 20-25, past the 30, and going to be brought down near the 33-34 line. So the Steelers will start from there. Can they get... Is Drew Lock in the game for Seattle now? That makes sense. All right, see if this Steelers offense has quite literally anything in the tank. Just need them to have anything in the tank. It doesn't have to be anything special. And they have a bad snap and Rodgers falls on at the 18. The answer is no. Got it. The answer is no. They have nothing in the tank. As a low snap means the Steelers just lost like 12, 13 yards. Got it. They have absolutely nothing. It's a loss of 16. Second and 26. Rodgers alone in shotgun. 3 receiving options to the left, 2 to the right. Going to look to throw. Has some time, trying to step up. Pass left side, caught by a wide open Darnell Washington. He's going to fight his way past the 35 to the 37. That's a 19-yard play. Cool. Darnell Washington's a beast. So it's going to be a 3rd and 7, despite having a 2nd and 26. Yeah, but where did they use those fumes? Did they really only have enough in the tank for the first 5-6 weeks? Like, come on. Rodgers in shotgun, back to his left. 3 receivers to the right. 3rd and 7, looking to throw. Quick pass left side, caught by DK Metcalf. He's going to get stood up at the 46, but that is enough for a first down. They keep the drive moving. That drive had a 2nd and 26. And now it's back to 1st and 10 and a fresh set of downs. Cool. Again, the Steelers started like 5-1. And they have now looked like the team that started 5-1. Rodgers in shotgun, going to hand this off up the middle for Jalen Warren. He has space. Hurdling his way past the 45 to the 42. Where was any of this in the past 3 quarters? They just had 3 straight 10-plus yard plays. They're going to rule him down at the 41. Rodgers in shotgun, back to his left. 2 receiving options to each side. Going to look to throw. Pass left side is batted at the line and incomplete. Tre'Davious White on the pass breakup. 2nd and 10. Yeah. And that does sum up the Steelers. Is they're successful, but in the worst way possible. So a 2nd and 10. 11:37 to play in the game. Rodgers in shotgun, back to his right. 3 receivers to the right as well. Rodgers looking to throw. Has time. Pass over the middle. Wide open. Darnell Washington. Inside the 20 to the 15. Where was any of this in the first 3 quarters? Like, what? God, the Steelers make no sense. They're going to come back in this game and win in overtime. Just watch. Rodgers looking to throw. Buying time, pass left side off the mark and incomplete. 2nd and 10 coming up. All right, 2nd and 10. $11 to play in the game. Rodgers in shotgun, 3 receivers to the right, a back to his left. Ball on the plus 15. Rodgers looking to throw. Pressure coming. Pass over the middle is to no one, and that's incomplete. 3rd and 10. All right, this is where they're starting to stall out. This is where they start to stall out. Rodgers alone in shotgun. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. 3rd and 10. Play clock winding down. They get the snap off. Rodgers to throw. Pass left side, caught by Gainwell. Inside the 10 and down to the 7. He's down by contact. Gets about 8. 4th and 2. The offense will stay on the field as they're down by 16. Fourth and 2. Rodgers in shotgun, back to his right. 3 receivers to the right. 4th and 2. Pretty much game on the line here. Rodgers, handoff up the middle for Kenneth Gainwell, and he loses a yard. What? Why is that? Whatever. Steelers turn it over on downs. Oh, there's a Viking. What's this Viking stat they're just showing? First 4-game losing streak for Minnesota under Kevin O'Connell as they fall to Seattle 26-0. And we're at commercial break. Still about 10 minutes to play in this one. All right, at commercial break. At commercial break. I mean, the Bills pretty much just need a score to end the game. They could also have a 10-minute drive and just call it here, and I would not be upset. We're still at commercial break. All right, just getting back from commercial break. Let's see how the Bills want to do. Let's see how the Bills want to end this one out. Yeah. See how the Bills want to ice this one out. There we go. Better, somewhat better. All right, Allen under center, back behind him. Ball on the 9-yard line. 3 receiving options to the right. Going to hand this off right side for James Cook. He's going to get past the 10 to about the 11. Gain of about 2. All right. Second and 7. He gave him 3. Allen under center, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the right. Going to look to throw, rolling right. Trying to buy some time. Pass right side, wide open is Dawson Knox. Down to the 27, maybe 28. A gain of 16. They move the chains and the clock continues to run. About 9 minutes to play in the game now. So 1st and 10. Allen under center, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the right. Ball on their own 28. Going to give this to James Cook, who bounces it out right side. And going to get about 3 or 4. Yeah, so after this, the Bills will move to 8-4 and be, I think, the 6th seed. And then the Chargers are gonna win. So yeah, the Bills will still be the 7th seed. Miami will still be 3 games back of Buffalo. Allen under center, gonna play action, look to throw, rolling to his left. Buy in time, shovel pass forward to Dawson Knox. Is gonna get about 2 or 3. Gonna be a 3rd down coming up. Yeah, so Miami will still be 3 games back of Buffalo. With who do the Bills still have to play? The Bills have Cincy, New England, Cleveland, Philly, and the Jets still to play. They're not going to lose to Cleveland or the Jets, so it's going to come down to Philly, Cincy, and New England. If Miami wants to try and find a way to jump a Buffalo in the standings, which I kind of doubt at this point. Allen in shotgun, back to his right, 2 receiving options to each side, 3rd and 3, dump off the left side to Ty Johnson. Is going to barely get enough for the first. Gets 3 exactly after bouncing off 2 defenders. And it'll be a 1st and 10, and the clock's still rolling. 7 minutes to play now. Yeah, they're probably going to beat Philly as well. So yeah, the Bills should be set for the playoffs. They just need to win 2 more games. And kind of hope Miami... Yeah, they lose 2 more games. Miami loses 1 of their following 5. The Bills are going to be guaranteed to have 2nd place in that division. It's or whatever. Allen handoff up the middle has space for Ty Johnson to about the 45. Gain of 6. Then it comes down to like I guess the Chargers are a bit of a question mark, but not really as well in terms of where they could finish. The Colts would be really the only one of those 3 wildcard teams right now. And obviously whatever happens with the AFC North. But the Chargers, after this, they still have Philly, Kansas City, Dallas, Houston, and Denver. The Chargers are going on a absolute hell ride their final 5 weeks. Allen under center, going to hand this off up the middle, and that's going to be about a yard or so in 2nd and 3. The Chargers are going to be at 8 wins. They'll need to only win 1 of their final 5 for Miami to be able to jump them. That's a real possibility. And 3 of their final 5 are on the road as well. The Chargers have a tough schedule coming up. That's going to be very interesting to see how it plays out. All right, 3rd and 2, 5:10 to play in the game. The Bills are just running clock, and I'm here for it. Allen under center, back behind him, 3 receiving options to the left. Ball on just about the 47, and the Bills will call their first timeout as they're not going to get the snap off in time with just about 5 minutes to play in the game. All right. All right. So 3rd and 2. Five 4:59 to play in the game. The Bills need about 2 or 3 more first downs. Allen under center, back behind him, 3 receiving options to the right. Gonna hand this off up the middle for James Cook. That's enough for the first as he gets past midfield to about the 47. And the clock's gonna continue to run. I respect the Steelers not calling timeouts right now. Because they very easily could start doing so. All right, Allen under center, back behind him, 3 receiving options to the right. Gonna hand this off with James Cook. He's trying to bounce it right side and gonna lose about 4. Yeah, that's true. The Steelers are aware of the quality of their offense. So 2nd and 13. Allen, quick pass left side, caught by Keon Coleman, up past the 45 to the 42. Under 3.5 to play in this one, a 3rd and 5, and I think we can have a timeout called. Oh, there's a penalty. Never mind. Cool. Penalty marker down, might be against Pittsburgh. If so, give the Bills another first down and more time to just kill this clock. It is unnecessary roughness against the Steelers. Going to be a 15 yards in the free first 15 yards in the free first down. First and 10, and the Steelers call their first timeout as well. All right, and we head into commercial break off of that. Head into commercial break. All right. At commercial break. Okay, hopefully Denver and Washington tonight is a little bit more entertaining than this. A lot of this game was just watching the Steelers do nothing while the Bills just had long sustained drives. Just nice. Just not. The first half was what was really rough. It kind of set the tone for the rest of this game. Even in the second half, the Bills haven't done a whole lot offensively. It was your defense that did a lot. But that did mean we had to watch more of the Steelers' offense. We have ad commercial break. Ad commercial break. All right, 3:29 to play in the game. Just getting back from commercial break. As there's the unnecessary roughness, it also led to TJ Watt getting a little shaken up. Ball now on the plus 26, handoff up the middle for Ray Davis. Then get past the 25 to about the 22. Gain of 5. All right. Because with this game, the AFC North has the Ravens back on top, but the Bengals not that far behind. This is one of those seasons for the AFC North. Allen gonna hand this off up the middle for James Cook. That gets inside the 20 to the 19. A third down coming up. Yep, because the Ravens and Steelers going to be tied after this, and the Ravens have the tiebreaker currently. Same way that Jacksonville and Indianapolis have their tiebreaker going on. All right, 3rd and 2, and we're at the 2-minute warning. The first down seals this one. As we head to commercial break, and what has been a great drive by Buffalo to just end this game. They're moving so well. Like, they're moving the ball really well on this. We will see. Look, at commercial break. It's a 3rd and 2 for Buffalo. I mean, I'm seeing Jets fans right now being like, "Damn, we're gonna be picking outside the top 5 currently. Like, come on, we need a high value." Any of the first 3 picks belong to teams that might be looking to trade back, and the Jets have the draft capital to get up to like a number 1 spot or a number 3 spot and be just fine picking the quarterback of the future. So I wouldn't be too worried if I'm the Jets right now. Yeah, exactly. Like they're still probably gonna whiff, but they have the capital to still make sure that they get their choice of the pick. Which again, there's the argument that they might want to trade the 3 and let the Saints pick a quarterback first, and then they get the other option. That way, it's not in their hands if they pick the bust. But then you're gonna have people be like, "You had the capital to get to 1. Why didn't you get to 1 and get the other?" It's a mess. Allen handoff up the middle is gonna be no gain on the play. The running back slipped. So a 4th and 2 coming up. The clock continues to roll. They gave him a yard on that. Yeah, the Bills remain in schedule. 3 arguably tough games. And then you have the Browns and Jets sandwiched in there. The next week between the Bills and Bengals is going to be a fun one. All right, they let this clock run. And they'll take a timeout with 1:12 to play. It's a 4th and 2. Are they going to go for it or just send out Matt Prater? What's the idea here? We'll see. All right, so out comes Matt Prater, the 27-yard kick to make this a 19-point lead from the right hash. It is up, and it is right down the middle. So with 2 timeouts and a minute to play, let's see what the Steelers try to do here. I doubt it's much, but who knows? We will see. A minute 7 to play in the game. And again, I'll be live in roughly an hour for the Broncos Commanders Sunday Night Football. I have no expectations for that game either. I'm just hoping that my boy RJ Harvey kind of goes off. But we will see. All right, so kickoff underway. Going to be returned beginning from the 3. Room out past the 20, 25, and down to the 28. A minute 3. Down by 3 scores. Let's see. So it's Mason Rudolph on the field. And yeah, 23 not 23, is it 26 unanswered? Yeah, 26 unanswered, 23-0 in the second half in favor of Buffalo. There's a handoff up the middle for no gain. And the clock's going to be let to run. Yeah, the Bills outscored Pittsburgh 23-0 in this second half. That is insane. And 9 of those points was thanks to the defense. Mason Rudolph looking to throw in 2nd and 9. Pass right side going to be that caught along the sideline. Either way, Ben Skoranek laid out one of the Steelers staff members along the sideline. It's incomplete, 3rd and 9. Why are we passing the ball? Like, just run the ball and kill the time, please. 25 seconds remaining in the game. Rudolph in shotgun, back to his right. 2 receivers to each side. There's the handoff up the middle for Jalen Warren, and that will do it. At least it should. Never mind, that's not Jalen Warren. There's Jalen Johnson. Either way, that's your final. The Bills win 26-7 in a defensive great game for the Bills, as well as the offense finding a rhythm there in the second half and playing pretty darn well. The Bills move to 8-4. They have a pretty comfortable. I wouldn't say too comfortable. They're only a game ahead of Houston for that 7th seed in the AFC. The Steelers are tied with Baltimore for first place in the AFC North, though they are on the outside looking in terms of the playoff picture, as the Ravens have the tiebreaker currently. There's still plenty of football to be played. 5 weeks remain for both of these teams. You never know who's gonna have an unfortunate loss or who's gonna pull off the good upset. Time will tell. I'll be live in roughly an hour for the Broncos and Commanders. Hope to see you all there. If not, have yourselves a damn good one. I'll see you all next time. Peace.